welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you are brand new here, hello and welcome. My name is Chloe Swift. I'm a professional hairstylist and hair care expert. As you can see, we are extremely frizzy today. For the purpose of today's tutorial, I have intentionally rough dried my hair. So I've tried to keep the wave. I haven't like brushed through and smoothed it out, but I've just literally rough dried it, as in I've taken a dryer and made sure all of the water is out of the hair. So we're puffy, we are frizzy, we are looking like Hagrid at the moment, because for today's video we are using the brand new GHD Glide Plus Max. This is GHD's new and improved hot brush designed to smooth out dry hair, and this larger updated model is specifically for wavy, curly, long, thick hair types. So I think a lot of you guys are going to love this one. Let's get into it. So this isn't actually my very first time using the tool. I will insert a little video here on the side. It was one of the hottest days of the year so far last week, and for the first time using the tool I thought, let's put it to the absolute test, and I will pick the tightest textured hair that I have, yeah, just to really put it to the test. And let me tell you, I was impressed. But I feel like testing it on my own hair is a real testament, because I've got more length to play with than those kind of hair wefts that I was working on, and I've just got a very different texture to the wefts I was working on. My hair is like a medium density, I would say. The strands are fine individually, but then there's quite a lot of it, and my hair type is type 2B, I would say. So it's got that natural kind of S-shaped wave to it, but it is frizz prone. So I'm excited to use this. I was around and working with GHD when the original Glide hot brush came out, and surprisingly that was kind of a limited edition launch at the start. They didn't know how well it was going to perform, so they only released X amount, but people loved it. It was a firm favorite, and it's still been a firm favorite for so many years now. So I'm so pleased years later they've decided to update it, bring us a bigger version. Let me just give you a good little close-up of the brush. So the design is basically the same as the GHD paddle brush, and you can see it literally does look just like a paddle brush. There's two lengths of bristle. These won't be heated. They can afford to like touch the scalp if they need to. It's not like they need to, but they could touch the scalp, or you could even just gently touch your fingers on them if you absolutely needed to. The shorter bristles in between, these ones in between, they're the ones that actually heat up. So your strands of hair are being heated as it actually glides through the brush. The whole base of the brush, if you really push the hair down to the base, that is all heated as well. So that's what's going to get you the ultimate smoothness, is really trying to push the hair down into the brush and onto the base, rather than just letting it kind of glide over the surface there. Before I rough dried my hair, I already prepped it with a heat protective spray, a leave-in blow dry cream, and an oil, kind of my three non-negotiables for my hair, just to get it nourished and moisturized and protected. But working on dry hair, I do still want to further protect from heat, so I'm going in with the Kerner Climate Control. This also protects from humidity, which is great, especially in this weather. We are particularly just humid in London at the moment. I'm also sure everywhere else is in the world right now, because we have officially hit summer. But yeah, that's a really good one, just to further protect on dry hair before you start. Before we turn her on, I was actually just researching how long she takes to heat up, but it doesn't say it anywhere on the GHD website. So I thought, let's time it, and then I can give you an exact answer. Okay, 3, 2, 1. She should beep when she's ready. The light is like pulsating as it's heating up. But I'm imagining the heat up time is definitely going to be longer than the current Glide, because the surface area is so big that it's got to heat up. Oh, what was that? Okay, we were just short of 40 seconds heat up time there, guys. Now we know. And I do actually think I'm going to brush through each section beforehand, only because I just want to make sure there's absolutely no tangles in the hair, and that the brush can glide through each section just super smooth. Look at that frizz when I detangle it. Oh my goodness. Okay, here it goes. First part. So personally, I would probably recommend you go in this way. So you're going to come up and underneath, really push that hair to the base of the brush, and you want the bristles pointing towards your mirror. You're pulling the end here, and you're going to be pressing the hair down into the brush, rather than just gliding over like this, which is kind of just going to touch the surface. So up and underneath, and then I'm really pulling the hair down here to get that tension. And I'd say my biggest tip when working with hot brush, just go nice and slow. Let all of the hair pass through those bristles. Look at that. Bearing in mind, I did not blow dry my hair smooth first, as I said. It was completely just rough dried. That hair feels so soft. So ideally, you do really want to try and only go over each section once. The brush is of course set at 185 degrees Celsius. So yeah, we don't want to be kind of overloading that heat on the hair. But what I might do, if you still want that kind of further bit, I kind of maybe just want to do a little bit there, if you can see that. But then this is where I'm just going to use the brush this way, so bristles then pointing inwards, just to kind of quickly tame that root bit there. I don't feel like I need to go over the ends. Honestly, I wish you could touch a section of hair there. It feels so soft. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're gonna brush, 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 and the exact same technique again. Going over, back over that root again, just at the top. Let me actually, before I carry on going any further, shall I just do one half of the head? And also I didn't take a before picture, just to show the difference. So I might just have to put that first section to the back. Yeah, I think what's going to be best to do, I'm going to split the hair down the middle and do just everything on one side so we can like really compare the before and after, I think. So let me leave that down, then go for my next section here. And section sizes, I think ultimately the more smooth and the more precise you want it, you want to just be taking smaller, thinner sections so you can really reach the roots and there's less hair in the brush. But then again, saying that, the brush is so big, like you could get a nice wide section in the brush. Okay, so I don't want to go over anything that I've already done. Give the hair a brush. Then up and under, really getting into that root area and then really pulling on this part of the hair as well. And that's what's getting your tension, and then pressing all of the hair down to the actual heated base of the brush. So nice. So easy. I think a lot of you are going to be obsessed with this brush. You can't really go wrong, and obviously I'm doing kind of best in class example here, but if you were really in a rush, I think this brush is going to be great because you don't absolutely need to take sections. You could just use it as a normal paddle brush and just quickly run over, which I know a lot of you would probably like to use the brush that way, which you absolutely can do. I think I'm just showing best in class example so you guys can get the best finish out of the brush, and ideally just not running over the same sections like multiple times. Let me just read you a bit of info on the website whilst I'm working through these sections, actually. The extra large paddle brush makes styling longer, thicker sections quicker than ever. Snag-free bristles glide effortlessly through the hair, whilst an improved dual bristle configuration smooths closer to the root for enhanced control. Active bristles extend to the edges for refined root styling, and stepped passive bristles make detangling easier, ensuring a smoother glide from root to tip. Our redesigned brush head with smoother lines and a refined outer frame is paired with a cool touch case. Yeah, it's quite cool to touch actually. It's warm, but it's not like, definitely not too hot, like not too hot to put against your face. An active aerogel barrier reduces back of brush temperatures, keeping it cooler during use. That's something that GHD always used to rave about with their straighteners and their stylers. They have a material inside that is the same that apparently astronauts wear in their spacesuits, that kind of insulation to keep it from going too hot on the outside. Powered by an advanced ceramic heater and built-in ionizer. So the ionizer is what then reduces the frizz in the hair. The Glide Plus Max delivers sleek hair with 2.2 times less frizz that lasts all day and up to 57% more shine. Sitting next to that frizzy wavy piece, look at that shine. I think when you test things on your own hair, it's such a good indicator. Like, you just know your own hair so well. You know when a product is either good or it's not good, and I'm just so surprised that I'm getting those results without having to have blow dried my hair smooth or even fairly smooth first to start. Just look at that difference, guys. I got through that so quickly. I do really wish you could feel the hair. So soft, so silky. Sometimes I did feel with the previous glide, once you'd run it through, I don't know, there was that slight sense of like you could still feel the product in your hair. It left that kind of a bit of a residue. So the 3 products that I popped in my hair before, blow dry spray, blow dry cream and oil, I can't feel product at all in the hair. It's so soft and lightweight and silky, shiny. I am obsessed. I do like to style the fringe all in one, but I'm going to try and kind of just do one half because I do want to try and get just like a little before and after picture. So let me just grab this half and I'm going to just, oh, bevel it slightly. Well, that works quite well, you know. Just flatten the root down there a little bit. Look at that. Styled that fringe better than I would have thought. I was thinking it's so big, how's it going to style my fringe? Love. Let me take a before and after, half and half. Actually, why don't I just time also how long it's going to take me to style this side. I'm going to literally work at the same pace that I was, and just bear in mind I have already pre-done that one little section under there. I think let me time it so you guys have got an idea of how quick, even though I'm working through really slow and taking my time with each section, but honestly that was super quick how long it took me to do that side. So let's go. Timer on. Okay, no, because that side, even the fringe smoothing and taming, that literally took me, guys, 3 minutes, 26 seconds. What the helly? Honestly, I was taking really nice, just wide sections. Okay, let me just sort out the fringe where I want that to sit. I've parted everything in the middle and brought it around to the front. So actually, I'll just grab one back section here and just make sure I'm lifting it up at the roots there, just so I don't have any line at the back, like where I've split the hair and brought it all forward. And then as you saw, I did just bring the fringe all together just so I don't have like a harsh line in the middle. You just do a little bit of that, shaky, get it to part a little bit. Then I've just grabbed a light hairspray. This is also a Kerner hairspray, and I just like to flatten down any new hair growth, any shorter hairs on the top. Spray that down, spray the fringe in place. But yeah, literally that's it, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. It really is that easy to use, that quick to use. The results are literally poker straight. If you watch my videos regularly, you'll know I actually don't really wear my hair poker straight that much. But yeah, it's poker straight, but without flattening and making the hair too skinny and too thin looking, if you know what I mean. I think that's why I don't tend to wear my hair straight too often, because the strands are individually fine. I've actually had a lot more layers cut in actually, so it needed that. Yeah, because the strands are individually fine, sometimes I feel like when you straighten it, it can look a bit too thin and a bit too skinny. So I like how this has still got like body to the hair. This is it from the back. So soft. Swishy. But yeah, they are my thoughts using the brand new Glide Plus Max on my frizzy, wavy hair. Massive thumbs up. Totally approved by me. GHD, well done. You have excelled and exceeded the previous Glide. I think so many of you guys are going to absolutely love this brush, especially if you have got thicker, curlier, wavier hair than me, more frizzy hair than me. You're going to love it, because yeah, it's just tamed my hair effortlessly. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you learn anything new, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe, because I bring you videos like this every single week. If you do subscribe, I'll be seeing you next week for another one of my hair videos. Bye guys.